My name is John Kurtz. I'm a lawyer in Kansas City, Missouri.
I'm Mike Payne. I'm a lawyer with the Limbaugh Firm in Cape Girardeau.
The matter of civility is something that all of us need to have with our own clients, with opposing clients, as well as with opposing lawyers. I think that as to the clients, I just don't want to let them down. And if I'm out there being less than civil, it's going to let them down. It's going to lead to a bad result. It's going to lead to a jury knowing that I'm that way. It's going to lead to a judge knowing that I'm that way. And it's going to lead to my opponents deciding that's the person I really want to take down. And so I think the whole thing is driven for me by wanting to take forward the client's case and do it in the best fashion possible and not let them down and not let the profession down.
It is extremely important, the way we practice law, for people to be able to rely on your word. And if you say something's going to happen by Friday, then it needs to happen by Friday. And when people know they can rely on you, it makes the practice of law, which is difficult under the best of circumstances sometimes, a lot easier. Professionalism or civility, I found out pretty quickly that in law there's usually an easy way to get things done and a hard way to get things done. I'm not talking about research or drafting, I'm talking about your relationship with other lawyers. If we want to set a deposition and I can't get you to agree with me when we're going to have that deposition, then I have to do a notice and there's an objection. I call that the hard way. If you can just call up that lawyer and say, I need to take so-and-so's deposition, when would you be available to do that? And we, in a couple of minutes, can get a tentative date to be perhaps verified by the witness. How easy. So I just think it's absolutely essential to my practice to have that kind of relationship with the court and other lawyers and my clients.
Something that was told to me when I first went into private practice was a principle of Machiavellian politics, which is never deal an enemy a small blow. And I realize that has a bit of warmongering sound to it, but in particular it says also, when you're involved in cases with someone, don't do the cheap stuff, don't do the small stuff with them. It's not going to serve you well. And so here it comes out of Machiavellian politics down to the legal profession. So I think that that's something that I've tried to live by and tried to do, and all of us ought to be concerned about that image that we have as lawyers with the public, and all of us ought to be working every day to change that. And to whatever extent we are impolite, uncivil, in front of the public in particular, in front of juries, in front of persons whose depositions are being taken, and with our opposing counsel, we're disserving the profession and we're continuing the downward slide. I'm just hopeful that in maybe the next generation of lawyers, it'll all make a comeback.
We have an obligation to represent our client zealously. We have to try to get for our client the best result that we can in whatever we're doing for them. Sometimes it's easy to confuse an issue that will hurt your client's case if you agree to it. With that situation, we can sometimes be confused with a situation where it doesn't have anything to do with the outcome. It just has to do with a good working relationship. Before a young lawyer or relatively inexperienced lawyer just doesn't want to agree to a continuance because if you want it, then maybe I should be against it. There's no reason for that. If it's not going to affect the outcome of the case, be civil, be agreeable, because next time you're the one that's going to need to have that continuance because your witness is in a box and maybe can't be there. And you know, ultimately, good lawyers are going to get their witnesses there, are going to deal with whatever roadblocks you put up. but why put them up if it's not going to affect the outcome of the case? And so my advice is give some thought to, is this really important to the resolution or the result of the case, or is this just something I want to disagree with because you want it?